Hello everyone and welcome to Usitility. Today we are going to see how to play Solarland on PC using the brand new BlueStacks 5, that is designed for blazing fast speed and high-octane action. It packs a punch with mega performance upgrades and it has faster performance than any other high-end Android device or Android platform. We will be able to easily download and install Solarland and enjoy the game on our Windows PC with keyboard, mouse and big screen thanks to BlueStacks 5, which is the Android emulator that we recommend to play Solarland. So without further ado, let's get to it. Before anything else buddies, to get started we have to launch our favorite internet browser. We open the one we prefer. Let's continue, going to the current URL that I'm highlighting in green color. There you are seeing it on the PC screen. You don't need to type it, because I provided a link in the description of this video in the first pinned comment. We ended up at this point on our website of Usitility, in which we include a meticulous demonstration on how you can download and install Solarland on computer. We search lower a bit and simply click on the Download Game on PC button. Once clicking on that link, we land here on the website of BlueStacks, which the Android emulator that we will launch to play Solarland on PC. It is now obvious that we have a number of advantages of preferring the emulator. So we are on the way to proceed to download the Solarland by clicking on this button Play on BlueStacks that you can see here in green color. We then click on it. Of course, the download step starts and ends immediately. Here it is. Here is located the download. It is an executable file. The following step is to launch the installer, so we have to click on this file. Windows 10 users will be asked for permission to allow changes to the computer. We answered yes. I minimized the web browser to see the installer significantly better. The installation software is very easy to use. It consists of two choices, install and setup path. I will make it clear what setup path genuinely does. We basically simply click on it. And so we realize that we have here the path where your emulator is going to be placed. If we are planning to change for better this directory we are required to click on this Browse button, and we select another folder and install the emulator wherever we would like. I am going to leave it by default. Then, I click on Back. And therefore I just click on Install. Great. The install starts and it will carry on along with the download of all these MB that are visible on that screen. When you download it, it is likely to be more or less megabytes. The data transfer speed may go faster or slower, subject to your connection and depending on the efficiency of the emulator hosting servers. Right now they are running super fast. The download is finished, and now it proceeds with the installation phase. With BlueStacks 5 you can even reduce RAM usage with a single click. Especially useful if you ever face performance-related problems. In addition, you can activate Eco Mode to enjoy 87% reduced CPU usage, 97% reduced GPU usage and easier multitasking. As you can see, BlueStacks 5 is built to provide stability and performance during long gaming sessions. The installation has already finished for me. At this time, the emulator has actually been launched instantly. As you can see now, at the bottom of the screen, there is a progress bar that will fill up. Then when it has reached the ending, the emulator is going to be started for the very first time. Believe it or not, the emulator has been launched. Here it is for the first time. Before we continue on, as now you can see, it has created two software icons right here on the computer desktop. The BlueStacks and BlueStacks Multi-Instance. Note that the BlueStacks app icon will be the only one we are considering. Whenever we are planning to launch Solarland on our desktop or laptop, we double-click on this icon and consequently use the emulator. The BlueStacks Multi-Instance icon allows you to launch multiple emulator instances. And with BlueStacks 5's new improved Multi-Instance Manager in Eco Mode, players can run more game instances faster and with less lag. Let me conduct the next step, that is a requirement, and which is to visit the Google Play Store. And we are going to just click on Play Store. As can be seen, the Google Play is presented. Here we need to log on. Currently once we are there, we have to perform this next phase which is absolutely mandatory. Therefore we click on Sign In. At present it announces Checking Info. It can from time to time get blocked in Checking Info, additionally it fails to continue. In that case, you may try to log in after a couple of hours and it may usually be sorted out. At present we can enter our username and password. The email really needs to be a Gmail email and its associated password. For instance, you may use the same email you're using right now in your YouTube account. Therefore I am going to enter my data and I'll revisit as soon as I have accomplished it. Voila! Info entered. This is Google welcoming us and supplying us their twos. We must agree to them all simply by clicking on I agree. Then, it allows us to back up to the Google Cloud. You could let it selected and this will generate a backup of your files on this device to Google Drive. I won't select it, you can use that option if you prefer. We click Accept. The Google Play Store is started by default and instantly. To set up the video game, we would need to get to the emulator desktop by simply clicking on that icon marked in green. At this point that we are discovering the desktop of the emulator, we notice that we have now there the Install App Game button. We then click on that button. On this page we come with the game. Why don't we simply click right here on the Install choice that I'm just displaying now in green color. This action will launch the installation. At this point it would install the Android game. It usually takes a bit of time or it could be very fast. This all is dependent upon our connection to the internet. It has already finished installing. It's time to go back to the emulator desktop by simply clicking this button that I'm showing in green, if you want to use Solarland for the first time. I am presently on the emulator desktop, and we are preparing to click the fresh Solarland icon which was generated. That game app is launched for the very first time. Now there we get it, I am able to mouse click anywhere on the screen and also make use of the keyboard. I am going to talk about the volume of the emulator. It's right here. We use the icon of higher volume along with the icon of lower volume. This way we don't rely on the Windows volume to increase or decrease the audio of the emulator. And also to appreciate the experience to the fullest, we could switch on the large monitor, for which we have two alternatives. This one is simply the first one. We just click on this particular software icon which I am mentioning in green color. Thus the display screen is maximized, having one border on top, one on the right side and the third one at the bottom. If ever we choose to enjoy the video game using all the screen, we click that software icon. And as a result we would probably already be enjoying the game app in 100% screen function. To stop the full screen functionality, click the F11 key. And we'd already be in regular display setting. At this point, I am on the way to show you the computer keyboard mapping that is definitely surprisingly cool. This step we may be able to use the video game a lot more easily. The very first thing is to click on this keyboard icon. And right now there you will have the ability to make the required configuration settings. I can let the normal configuration, though if you wish to change it, you can also do so without any problem. Clearly, the emulator is fully in our language. In some cases it occurs that your emulator is presented in the erroneous language, as an example, in Mandarin. And so to set it up in the right language we browse here to the cogwheel. So right here within additional options, we mouse click on the language drop down. We are able to go with the language we like, German, Japanese, etc. Once the language is selected, we could save, the emulator would restart, along with the game. The next time we launch it, will as well be in the chosen language. Right now, you can find another detail that we will need to take into consideration, and it's that we will get a message from Google indicating that a different machine has been connected to our Google account. It should check with us if we are the people who have connected that device. Yes, we shouldn't get worried, considering that the emulator is emulating in Google Android tablet or smartphone. And in order to determine which device is being emulated, we go right here, to the cogwheel and we mouse click on it. Be sure you browse here to the Model option. And right here we determine that the emulator is behaving like a Samsung smartphone. And so we're going to receive an email saying that a new Samsung device has been connected to our Google account. This is it guys, so much for the training. I anticipate you enjoyed it, especially that everyone found it interesting. In that case, give it a good like, subscribe to my channel, and any remarks, concerns or suggestions, leave them in the comment box down below. You can even comment things on my Twitch channel. I conduct live streams ever so often. You get it below in the video description and in the very first pinned comment. Click on any of the training videos that are showing up on the listing of videos to watch and see you in the next video game videos. Bye.